Okay. Daniela said, another niche statement. Okay. I've rewritten my niche statement. Would love a bit of feedback on it at the stage if possible. Yes. Okay. So we're going to put this back in the same Google Doc. Do a little screen share and we'll take a look at this together so you can see how this goes. Okay. So I support self-employed women. Okay, right. So who? Self-employed women going through periods of profound identity transformation. Okay, so this is, I would say, this is the diagnosis. Okay, and here we go. This is Island A. And I want to make that distinction as we go through, right? Gain clarity. Okay, here we go. This is Island B. Okay, so you can see how I'm breaking this up. Self-employed women, that's just the basics of who, in this case, it's the demographic, so we got it. And what's good is it's clear. I know if I'm that or not. That's one of the most important things. If I read your niche statement and I can't tell if I'm in that group or not, we're in deep trouble. So I can tell I'm not a self-employed woman. So diagnosis, going through periods of profound identity transformation. So this is a bit of jargon. Identity transformation. That's nobody talks like that usually in the real world. This is for very specific industries and sectors where it's not wrong, but it's just, this is a diagnostic term. Right. But divorce, health issues, work challenges, or midlife crisis. Okay, these are all sort of relatable. This can work because it's followed up directly by these things. And without it, this wouldn't make any sense to me at all. So, but we've got such as now. I still think this could benefit from some sort of, like we did that statement, like what's happening to me, or whatever that statement would be that they might say in that moment of a dissolution. I'm just trying to see what you wrote here. I'm scanning through because I sort of get what they're going through, but it seems a bit bloodless. It seems a bit academically stated, and of course for them it's not going to be that in the reality. So Daniela, what would they say, do you think? What's the phrase they might say in that moment?
They often say, it feels like I'm dying.
Okay, great. Okay. So, right, to gain clarity, find meaning, and reignite purpose in their life. Okay, so now so I'm a bit pedantic on this sometimes, but just to get really nuts and bolts about this. So Island A and Island B, we want it to be really simple, easy to understand. And what we have here is, so that's one Island B is clarity, which means the corresponding Island A would be confusion. But I don't see anything necessarily about confusion directly here. Find meaning and reignite purpose. Okay, so meaning and purpose. I don't see that necessarily in the Island A, right, in their life. Okay, find meaning and purpose in their life. So we have two Island Bs here, right? One of them, gain clarity. Two is the meaning and purpose thing. And those are, so then that changes the Island A, because if Island A is this kind of what you call the identity transformation, is the problem that they're confused about like what's going on? Like I have no idea what's happening, or is the problem that my old life feels meaningless to me and empty to me and I don't know what's next? Yeah, which is it, or is it something different?
Yeah, it's more the second. Yeah, like they don't know. Yeah, they don't know who they are anymore. They feel like they're dying. They don't recognize themselves and their lives anymore. It's like I don't belong in my life anymore.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to ask a question? Because I think I was this person.
Oh, briefly, yes.
Are you working with people who are wanting to make this transition, who have already made this decision to leave their old lives behind? Because it's two different feelings.
Yeah, I'm working with people who are in the midst of crisis, like they're in the, like when you're in the washing machine and you don't know yet where to.
Because my main feeling at that point, you know, before I left my 22-year marriage was confusion and fear, right? Like I had no idea what was going to happen next. I just knew I couldn't stay where I was. And it felt like standing on the edge of a cliff, if that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Right. So great. Right. Yeah, so that's a good example of a metaphor. And by the way, that's a really useful thing, everybody, to think about is not just what do they say to themselves, but metaphorically, what is it like? Because it'll be a little different in every situation. So in this case, right, it could be like they're standing on the edge of a cliff, if this is the moment, you know. So it's a good question Cindy asks of like, is it that they're yeah, things are melting down and what do I even do? Is it the moment of like, I know I need to leave and how do I leave? And, you know, I get the sense as you're saying that it's just kind of everything's melting down.
Yes, they know
Everything's
that
falling
it's like,
apart. Pillar to butterfly process where
sorry, I think my internet connection is a bit, I think it's more,
yeah,
I
we
mean, I
lost
don't
you there.
think,
So
yeah.
I didn't hear you. So in the butterfly, like caterpillar to butterfly, where are they?
They're not a caterpillar, they're not a butterfly. They're in that stage of in-betweenness. They're on the threshold.
Okay. But I mean, did they just go into the cocoon? Are they weaving the cocoon? Or have they already started to melt down and they're now goo? Like, where are
Yeah.
they?
Started to melt down, yeah.
Okay. Right. So they're okay. So and A is like they're the right melted down caterpillar. Right. They're just goo. Okay. So so I just the finding meaning and purpose in their life and work, to me, this language doesn't work because you've just said like their life doesn't make sense anymore in terms of like I don't belong here. I don't fit in here. So this feels like how do I fit back into this world in a way? So it like fit in, or you want to create a life that makes more sense to you, or you can just feel the life you have doesn't fit you anymore. And so you're trying to imagine what this new life, it's something more like that. This just reads a bit bloodless and like a coaching speak. And my guess is you could have something that captures that moment and that yearning they have. Because and it's also like, are they, and maybe different for different, like, are they angry about the situation? Like, how am I here? I don't want to be here. I hate my life. Or is it more just like, I mean, I remember a time when I burned out really badly and everything just was like ashes in my mouth. I didn't care about anything. I was so, it was that. And other people, they're very sad. Other people, they're confused. Do you have a sense of the emotional landscape?
More like confused. I feel they're more
It's more like
yeah.
confused about what in particular?
About what's going on, like where do I go from here? So maybe it's more like about finding the courage and finding direction, I guess. I feel
Yeah, exactly. So it could be right,
like what's
clarity and
happening and
direction.
what am I good doing from here? Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, clarity and direction, I guess. And maybe courage as well.
Okay, great. Are they, is that what you think they need, or is that what they're craving?
Craving, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's just drop that in the chat. So there you go. Those are some thoughts anyways.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for showing up.